Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on our expansion a little bit here. We haven't run into any xeno-Ethiopians just yet, but we will soon enough. We are also, of course, working on a colony ship here.
Survey complete.
And we just surveyed over here. And we definitely want to continue to survey out this direction. There's no doubt about that. So we'll queue that on up, and this science ship...
We have established a new planetary base.
Perfect. We got a new colony at Sirius Prime. That is wonderful. What do we want to build here? I still have no idea. That's definitely something to consider. Now, the only way to unlock building slots are by upgrading your reassembled ship shelter. That gives +2. Is that +2 per upgrade? We can't actually look at that just yet. The question is, how many building slots do we unlock just from upgrading the planetary administration? Essentially, the question that I'm asking here is, with a fully upgraded planetary administration down the line, how many city districts do we need to fully unlock all, 12 building slots? Yeah, 12 building slots. That's the question. And I don't know the answer to that. I think for now we're going to say we're still a little bit low on our consumer goods. So let's build an industrial district. That'll be fine. And I'm not going to specialize these
System survey
for now.
complete.
Although maybe we should specialize Sirius as a... Let's see, this is a forge world. Industrial district build speed. That's just upkeep on artisans and metallurgists. Interesting. At least according to the tooltip, that's all that does. Now this has both artisans and metallurgists. Ah, we have a new encounter in Bristol. Over here. The Gamma Aliens. Now that is a science ship. Proto-Ethiopians right here. Fantastic. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Bristol system. For now, we've codenamed them Gamma Aliens until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose. Or, more precisely, how much healthcare they're going to need. We're going to grab Science Division next. That will give us another alternative to our researches. And we also probably want to start outputting at least some amount of corvettes. Now, these are currently set as auto best, and I usually like to manually run these. But I think for now, this will be fine. This is a decent picket ship setup, all things considered. So that'll be okay. The ISS Sojourner is over here right now, and it's going to need to come over this way for right now, because we are blocked out of Josk format for now. However, I do want to see here 106. We can't really queue up too many of these corvettes for now. We can, however, get these guys upgrading. And so we shall. So we'll get that going. And we're going to need roughly around 800 to 1,000 up here to be able to take these guys on. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this moon once. We're going to actually go ahead and research that. We're kind of running out of things to survey until we clear this up over here. Oh, and we need to assign our envoy here. That's right. So this guy, he is going to start working on this communication. Fantastic. So we'll see how much we can actually get over here. That'll certainly be interesting. We also know that borders are going to be kind of difficult to suss out in the early game. So there will likely be some border conflicts and things like that, which is actually really interesting. This barren and lifeless world is showing signs of once having supported a biosphere. We'll go ahead and research that. Wonderful. Earth is finishing up its tile blocker clearance. Great. That is fantastic. I do wish I knew how many building slots were unlocked by upgrading each of these. Is it 2 every time? I do not know. But we'll figure it out. This colony ship, the ISS Knossos, definitely needs to come up here. And yeah, I know that that's a silent K. Alpha Centauri Prime. Let's go. Fantastic. Our construction ship is still working away in Alpha Centauri. There's definitely regions up here that we want to grab. I think we're going to come up here next, and we'll build a starbase up over this way. Hello. We've managed to pick up a clear audio feed of conversations between several Gamma alien ships. While our linguists are still none the wiser as to the meanings of any of the words they are recording, they are optimistic that this new signal will help them make significant progress towards a breakthrough. Okay, so we get 2 insights there. We have 6 insights. That's currently increasing our breakthrough chance. Interesting. Our detailed survey of Medgar 1 has revealed that it may once have supported life in the distant past. There are significant deposits of frozen water at the polar ice caps and beneath the planet's surface. The existence of valley networks suggests that the water may have once flowed freely. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we do not yet possess the technology to accomplish this monumental task within a realistic time frame. Okay, so that is now terraformable here. Fantastic. We don't have the tech for that, we're only 7 years in, but that is fine. Oh, hello. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Baldirk 1A at some point during the previous 1,000 years in what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impact crater, a fortuitous event. Indeed. And we have this. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the independent space station of the Artisan Troop. Okay, so they're artisans.
An alien
That's fine.
empire wishes to
A visitor!
come
This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We're the Artisan Troop. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all the other things which makes existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you'd like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Interesting indeed. Okay. So, I mean, what else do we want to build on Earth? We don't really have need for anything right now, so we'll just let that lie. Fantastic. So we can see here that we are currently working on upgrading our first fleet.
Our ships have been made superior.
Well, there we go. We're only at 175 here. That is definitely not fantastic. I'm going to queue up 3 additional corvettes here, although our number of alloys is on the low side right now, but that should come up.
Found.
A small rectangular object on the surface of this moon is deflecting all scanner beams, like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Well, we'll look into it. Oh, hello. Following the sighting of unidentified spacecraft in the Briscoe system, all forces in the vicinity have been ordered to assume a heightened state of readiness, as per standard protocol. Intelligence is still analyzing what little data we have on the bogey, but it appears capable of hyperspace travel. Offensive capabilities remain unknown. As this likely represents our first contact with a new alien civilization, we should take steps to decipher their communications. Indeed, we should. Fantastic. This is a 9 difficulty. This is going to be a while. Okay. Well, it looks like they're potentially fungoid, so that's going to be exciting. Well, we'll continue working on that. That will be absolutely fine. And we are working away on construction here, so that's perfect. And actually, I think I'm going to have these guys start working on cleaning up some of these anomalies back here. Faint traces of weapon radiation indicative of a military spacecraft have been detected on Sirius 2. Indeed. So let's go ahead and work on that. It'll take some time, but we have time. We would like more alloys for our corvettes, but this is the best we can do for the time being. Getting some research progress done, but it's kind of slow. At least at this point. Okay, so there's no bonuses on this world. Is there on Sirius? No, actually. So that's completely fine. Now, we have plenty of energy credits at this point, but we can't clear out dense jungle yet. As soon as we can, we're going to want to clear those tile blockers, for sure. Now we are having unemployment on Earth, and that's something that we should take care of. Again, I feel like we're low on alloys and consumer goods right now, so I'm going to build us an industrial district. Now, that'll keep our housing to job ratio static. So maybe we should actually build an alloy foundry here, because we do have available housing more than we have worker employment. So let's go ahead and put in an alloy foundry instead. While conducting surface scans of Baldirk 1b, Science Officer Dmitry Zirov and the crew of the ISS Lagrange discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They've not detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We've prepared a special project to translate the text.
Situation log updated.
Okay, so there is something here. Oh yeah, we should probably run this drone study. We can also translate this alien mural. That requires a science ship in orbit. Let's just go ahead and research that. Control-Shift to prepend to the queue and put it at the beginning like that, by the way, is the hotkey. So that is fantastic. I like to point that out every time I start a new Stellaris series because it's just that useful. Okay, so we have started translating the alien mural and researching the drone study. That'll take some time. There's the Gamma aliens, there's Anyone Home, and the Habitable World survey. That will all just kind of happen. On the colony of Sirius, this is obviously not a mining world. This is likely, based on district availability, to be an industrial world. Interesting that research still has to happen via structures, and there are no research districts, unlike on Ring Worlds. That is definitely interesting. So, I mean, that's going to... All of these are jobs neutral, right? Except for the city district? Yeah. Fascinating. So, districts doesn't actually matter for a science world. Intriguing. We may want to make Alpha Centauri be a science world. There is no bonus for it, but that's fine. I mean, we're going to need one, for sure. So we can designate it as such. Now, Sirius Prime is currently in Colony, which does give +5 stability, +10 amenities, and +10% happiness. Now, that used to give population growth. But I guess there's a good reason that that isn't the case, because of resource output. Yeah, there's a good reason that that is no longer the case. We're going to leave it on colony status for a little while, and we'll just let it stay there, bringing up that stability a little bit. I do wish it still had that pop growth bonus, though. That would be great. Do gene clinics still exist? I guess we'll find out. Now, our Empire Sprawl is over our admin cap. That isn't a huge deal. A badly damaged military vessel bearing an elaborate alien insignia circles Sirius 2. The ship has suffered a heavy incendiary attack which has melted its hull, leaving no survivors aboard. No weapons known to us today can produce temperatures high enough to cause such an effect. Perhaps the ship's logs may shed some light on its violent end. Okay, we'll look at it.
Updated.
This one does require a science ship in orbit. And we will just go ahead and research that. Fantastic.
System survey complete.
That is a solid system there. Good to note. With them having just surveyed it, is this a construction ship? That's our ship there.
Project complete.
Hold up, Special Project. Are you a construction ship? That looks like a construction ship to me. Okay. Good to know. Science Officer Dmitry Zirov has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on Baldirk 1b. It's a memorial for an extinct alien race that once maintained a small interstellar empire in this region of the galaxy. They were apparently exterminated by the creators of the mural, a fact that they seem to regret. Given that the mural has been dated to be in excess of 300 million years old, it is likely that its creators are also extinct by now. Perhaps most interesting of all is the material that the mural was made of. Despite its age, it's in remarkably good condition. Well, that's a lot of solid science, or rather, solid engineering research. That's what I'm looking for. That also stores up a good number of engineering research. Apparently we can no longer see our stored amount of science, which is interesting to be sure. Okay, well, we're going to continue working on bumping up our corvettes as we can. That'll be fine. And is this in fact a construction ship? I believe this is. And that's a solid construction for them to get. Yeah, that's a construction ship. So that is definitely going to be falling into the hands of some xeno-Ethiopians. An analysis of the ship's logs revealed that the crew met its demise when trying to retrieve an irreplicable alien artifact called the Rubricator. It was stolen from their society by a pack of thieving rats, a curious choice of words, as they themselves are most rat-like in appearance. The logs are mainly comprised of curses willing the rat robbers to the end of the universe and beyond. The crew has counted upwards of 50 individual words for defecation, as well as a wide selection of places from which a star's light cannot escape, but their arduous work has paid off. We've uncovered the last known location of the Rubricator in a previously uncharted system, and if we are to believe its former owners, its powers are worth pursuing. Indeed.
Situation log updated.
Perfect. That is an amazing location for the Rubricator to spawn. Go survey that. You can build those research stations. Something stirs on the moon of Sirius Prime. Preliminary scans indicate that some ancient technology has become active, possibly as a response to our colonization efforts. Several of our top scientists are eager to take a closer look at the moon, and have prepared a special research project. Of course they have.
Situation
Okay.
log updated.
So that is in here. We are going to do that first. We want to grab the science chip. There we go. Control Shift to queue that up first. Fantastic. So on our capital, I do feel like we should probably build additional administrative offices to give us some more bureaucrat jobs. So that's exactly what we're going to do after these alloy foundries, because I do want to bump up our empire sprawl here a bit. So I'm guessing, yeah, this is already within the bounds of their empire. We don't know what the bounds of their empire are just yet. So that bears noting. Excellent. We're at 55 out of 50 admin right now.
Initiating tactical retreat.
Okay. More ancient mining drones over here. That's fine. It's a gaggle of wayward drones, of course. Initial development was swept away, disappointment rather, was swept away by the drones' erroneous IFF classification of us. They think we're a race affiliated with their long-dead masters. They seem very excited, if old AI constructs can be excited, to see us. Unfortunately, the drones again lapsed into inactivity shortly after, and we've been unable to resuscitate them, or take them apart for that matter. We'll just keep an eye on that situation, and we see that there's additional mining drones over here. Okay, so that locks us out of this location. We're locked out over here by this empire, and we're locked out over here by these alien vessels. Okay, we're going to continue to construct corvettes, naturally. And we're going to make our way over here. We do need to save up a few alloys.
Complete.
So I think that these guys are going to come on over here and research this. I believe I just had the wrong guys do that. Indeed I did. You guys can come on over here and research that. Perfect. We'll just get those anomalies squared away for now.
Construction complete.
And we're going to make our way up over here. We do require 2 additional alloys for this starbase. That's fine. We are up to 9 out of our 20 in our fleet currently. 395 is our current strength. That could definitely afford to be increased. No doubt about that. We need to push through these guys over here as our top priority. Secondary priority is pushing through these guys after we determine what is going on over here. So that is going to be our kind of midterm goal here. On Sirius Prime, we are thinking about having this be an industrial district over here. Now, we're currently capped at 18 here, and why are these caps set up the way they are, is my current question. It might just be what it is. At the coordinates for the Rubricator's last known location, we have discovered a habitable planet with what we believe may be some form of settlement, covering a large portion of its surface. The settlement consists of tall pile-like towers, visible all the way from space. Our archaeologists are eager to excavate it in search of the Rubricator. Okay, so we're not going to do that for a little bit. I happen to know how that event ends. We get this basically every campaign. I mean, it's a great event to get, right? But it's going to be a little bit before we're ready for that. So in the meantime, we will continue setting up Space Ethiopia, because we have found some xeno-Ethiopians. That's great. Wow, words are apparently very difficult all of a sudden. While we were easily able to ascertain that they clearly form part of a technologically advanced alien civilization, further facts have proven elusive, as they seem to be going to considerable effort to prevent us and any other eavesdroppers from intercepting any signals from them. We have therefore only managed to intercept small fragments of their language so far. However, from the glimpses we have gleaned, our linguists are confident that they will be able to decipher these communications if we can just acquire a greater sample size. Okay. So we now know that they're isolationist. So that means that they're unlikely to be aggressive towards us. But that also means that they're unlikely to be receptive of our healthcare. This is a problem, and one we will have to solve. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Ribbler 3A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien lifeform. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Ribbler 3A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Dmitry Zirov has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. And so we shall. Go ahead, Dmitry. Research it. Excellent. We have a new tradition available. Leader experience gain increased by 25%. We'll take it. And then Faith in Science is our next one. Research pop upkeep reduced by 20%, and 10% research speed, and an Ascension perk, and it has to be Technological Ascendancy. It's too good. We can't pass up the early Technological Ascendancy. It can't be done. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It's too strong. It is too strong. How are we doing on our alloys? Well, we have enough to queue up our starbase over here. So that'll be fine. We're just going to cancel these orders, and we're going to build the starbase here so that it actually takes the alloys, so that then we can queue ourselves up a corvette, a Megacampaign class corvette. That'll bring us up to half of our fleet constructed. Fantastic. The drones woke from their slumber and descended to the surface of Sirius Prime. Attempts to communicate were met with polite dismissal as they set about terraforming a small area of the planet. We do not know the nature of whatever ancient directive they're executing, but it doesn't seem detrimental to the colony. Well, as long as their activities benefit us. So they're removing a random tile blocker. Okay, well, the drone event chain can go haywire. We'll see how that goes. So as far as this goes over here, these guys are, I think, surveying? Yeah, that's their science ship. They're definitely wanting to expand in this direction. And so, to that end, I'm actually going to come down over here, and we're going to build our station down this way, because I want to make sure that we get at least Sargas, ideally Durasta, ideally Riblor, but we'll see how that goes. We need to push down this way with our construction, though, and we need to do it quick. The ISS Nobel is not currently performing any actions, and we are going to send it up here to research this anomaly. Excellent. We're kind of closed in here, there's no doubt about that. That'll mean that we're gonna have to focus in a little bit on building tall, but that's fine.
Special project.
After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Ribbler 3A, Science Officer Dmitry Zarov has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Ribbler 3A. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. That's solid. That's really solid. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue bulking up our fleet, as well as colonizing our little corner of the galaxy here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.